Alright, so good to be back. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hudson. Today is going to be a continuation of our game development using Python. So we're using a library called pygame-ce. We were able to create a window. However, this window is only running for 5 seconds. This is not the behavior that you expect from a game. And so I'm going to introduce another concept today. I'm going to remove this line, by the way. That concept is the concept of a game loop. And find out what is a game loop. Here it says the game loop refers to the overall flow of the game program. It is referred to as a loop as the program keeps looping infinitely until manually stopped. So in Python, we can use what we call a while loop. So we can say while true right here. This part right here has to be a boolean. While true, we're going to do something. For now, I'm going to say pass right here. Pass, by the way, is just a placeholder. Now, we're going to have our game run forever. This is an infinite loop. I'm going to run this. See our window. We can wait as much as we want. This is going to run forever. However, we want to be able to close this window. If I try to click that, this is not responding. So let me try and just close this program right here. This is not the way that you want to close your programs. We need to be deliberate. We need to tell Pygame what to do in case the user clicks that X on the window. It's a functionality that you have to create yourself. The way we do that is we have to listen for user input, right? We listen to user input by the way of events. We listen to events. Events basically are just user input. If you click this X here, that's a user input. If I move my cursor on this window, that's a user input. If I press any key on the keyboard, that's a user input. So in Pygame, there is a module called the event module. So .event. This is the module that we want to use to listen to those events. If you go to event, up here, click on event. Pygame module for interacting with events and keys. So events are just user input. It's more like a bridge between the user and the game. So the way we get those events is by using this event module. And then we have to use the get function, which is right here. Get events from the queue. It returns a list of events. And so here we can say .get. Since this is going to return a list, because if I hover over, you can see right here, it returns a list. So we can loop over this. So we can say for ev, this variable, you can name it whatever you want. In pygame.event.get, we want to listen for certain types of events. We want to be able to close our game by clicking this close button right here. So how do we achieve that? Well, it happens that in Pygame, events have got names already. They are already assigned constants for certain events. So you can see there's a quit event, there's active event, key down, key up. What we can do right here is we can say if ev, which is this variable right here, there is a type attribute associated with each event. If that event type is equal to pygame.quit in all uppercase, because they are named in all uppercase, as you can see right here, we have to access them using the Pygame namespace. Once we have this type of event, what do we intend to do? We intend to stop this loop right here from running. There is an exit function in Python that you can use. It is globally available in Python, so you can use it just like this. Before we exit, we also need to quit Pygame because exit will not allow us to get to line 16. Let me run this. Let me clear right here. And now, if I hover over and click that X, you can see now our game gracefully quits. And so this is the way you want to be able to run your game. There are many other ways of doing this. You could use a boolean value, say running is equals to true. Here, instead of true, you can say running right here. If you hit this line right here, you want to be able to stop this loop from running. You no longer need this line here. You no longer need to use exit here. You can just turn this running to a false. Let's print this line is executed. Run this. You can see we have this. If I close this, is closing, and you can see this line is executed right here. However, if you exit, if I intend to exit, so which means this line needs to be here right now, it's just going to exit without reaching these two lines right here. Let's test this out. Run this. You can see our window. We can close this because it's exiting, but it's not going to hit this line right here where it says this line is executed right here. That's why you need to put this line right here. If you are to turn this into a false right here, then it's going to stop this loop and then move on to the next line and then finish the program. And you can also listen to other events right here. I can listen to a key down. If ev.type is equal to pygame.key down, it has to be in all uppercase. if that event.key is equal to pygame k underscore escape, this is the escape key on your keyboard, this one right here. And so if the event key is escape, then we can also turn this into a false, to a false. So there are now two ways of exiting this game. Either we click this X or we press the escape key. So run that. If I press escape on the keyboard, you can see it's going. So you can listen to any event right here and do whatever you want with that event right here. This is how you create a game loop. In our next tutorial, we're going to look at surfaces, because that is what we're going to use as our building blocks in our game. Alright, if you do like this video, you can leave a like. You can consider subscribing to the channel. I hope to see you in my next tutorial. For now, I'm out. Cheers.